my end.
You can hear me well now, right?
Loud and clear, my friend.
No crackling anymore?
Not at all. No, we're good.
Awesome, let's go. So welcome to the channel for everything Arsenal and everything football. Thanks for being here. I hope you're all doing well. Today, we're not going to be talking about Arsenal alone. You're going to be covering all the 8 teams remaining in the Europa League. So I have Scott with me. How are you?
I'm very good, my friend, especially after that result against Olympiacos going through to the next one. How are you?
I'm good. Just watched the Champions League draw, and teams are very lucky. Teams are very lucky, and I'd say for us, I hope we have that kind of luck in the Europa League. So we're going to go through yesterday's results. So I'll start with our game, Scott. We played against Olympiacos. Let me put it on screen right now. What did you make of the game?
Look, I wasn't shocked with the result. I didn't expect us to go out and attack like crazy. I knew we'd probably try and be pragmatic. So I was a bit disappointed to lose the actual match, but as we saw from our friends in London, Tottenham, the main thing is getting through the next round, right?
Okay, then so we got the win 3-2 on aggregate. Kind of scraped it, I'd say. So teams up ahead, we have to work harder and harder. The second result was Ajax beating Young Boys 5-0. Is it what you expected?
Yeah, I don't think anyone was shocked with that. I mean, Ajax were heavy favourites and they did what was expected, didn't they?
Yeah, they did what it was expected. Yeah, I definitely agree. One of the teams I definitely want to avoid. The next one, a big result for us, Scott, Dinamo Zagreb beating Tottenham 3-2 on aggregate.
How good was that? I was driving to work at the time and I had it on the radio.
Yeah.
And I had a feeling, I thought Tottenham would nick a goal late and just scrape through an aggregate, but credit to Dynamo. They fought well and, you know, they'll be very confident after that. So they're dangerous in the next round too.
Yeah. The next one was Rangers losing to Slavia Prague. Obviously, there was an incident happening yesterday, but the result very surprising.
Yeah, the result was surprising. I thought Rangers, obviously they've had a great season in the Scottish Premier League, and I think Gerrard's done a great job, but I expected them to come through this one, so it was definitely a shock. And, you know, there were 2 incidents in that match that were disgusting. The racism, and I hope that, you know, that's dealt with severely and they send a strong message. But that challenge on the goalkeeper as well, that was also disgusting.
Yeah, true. I definitely agree with that. And Man United beating AC Milan 2-1. Was it the result you expected again?
I wasn't sure if this one. My friend, to be honest. I thought it would be really close. I thought it might go to penalties, to be honest. But Manchester United, too good on the day, and they're the team that I'm most nervous about facing.
Oh, wow. I was going to come into that next. So let's start, Scott. Let me know in the chat which team you support. Let me know which team you want to avoid today. So we'll start with Ajax, Scott. Ajax, obviously, usually a Champions League team. I'd love to avoid them. Is this one of the teams you'd like to avoid, or are you okay facing Ajax?
Look, at this point, every team in the competition is dangerous, right? You don't get here unless you're a good team. And I think we need to be careful not to go in with arrogance, because I think that's what happened to Tottenham this morning for me. They went in arrogant, thinking it's only Dynamo, Croatian team will beat them, and look what happened. But I think Ajax have some really good attacking football. They play attractive football. They wouldn't be my pick of who I'd like to play in the next round.
Yeah, you've already mentioned Manchester United. The thing I'd say about Man U, the thing with Arteta, in a one game like cup game, like in the FA Cup, like one game against United in the final, I might fancy us beating these kind of teams. But two-legged, I'm not sure about that. So you've said that you want to avoid them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we'll have to play them. I'm predicting we'll both go far in the competition, but I'd rather not play them at the moment over two legs. If we're playing them, I'd rather it be one match, and that's the final.
Yeah, I definitely agree that I wouldn't want them to play them right now. The next one is Roma, a team that has the likes of Mkhitaryan and Prado, outcasts from their teams, but they'll turn up against us.
Yeah, absolutely. And Mkhitaryan would have a point to prove against Arsenal. He never really got going with us. It didn't happen for him for one reason or another, but he's found good form over in Italy. And it's also Zeko that I'm worried about. Edin Dzeko up there. He knows how to score goals, and he's someone that I think could give our defence all kinds of problems.
Yeah, true. The next one are the Spanish teams, a team we know very well. Okay, not a team we know very well, a manager we know very well, Villareal.
Yeah, a little bit nervous about Villareal as well. Obviously, with Emery, they have a point to prove, and Emery would like to, I'm sure, knock us out of the competition after his time at Arsenal. Yeah, I'm nervous about them, but we've played them in knockout football before on our way to the Champions League final. So, again, I wouldn't love to play them in the next round, but, I think it will be a close game and we could come out on top. They're only sitting 7th in the league at the moment, so they're not challenging for a title. So,
yeah, I definitely agree with that. I don't know if Arteta against Emery, if we win, bragging rights for the Arteta ins. But if Emery ends up beating Arteta, then the Arteta out brigade will be right on you again. Granada, another Spanish team. People usually say they want to avoid the Spanish teams. Do you share the same thoughts? You're avoiding Spanish teams?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to sit and pretend that I watch a lot of football that Granada play. I know that they're sitting 8th in La Liga. I know that they've had a decent season. But I'd rather avoid the Spanish teams if possible.
Yeah, I agree again. And then Dinamo Zagreb. Would you want to show Tottenham how to do it?
Yeah, I think we could show Tottenham how to do it, to be honest. Like I said, I compare it a little bit to when we played Olympiacos this week, because last season, I feel like we approached the game against Olympiacos a little bit arrogantly. We came to the match thinking that we would definitely beat them. We're the bigger club, and they punished us. And I think that's happened to Spurs this morning, as funny as it is, and I'm not complaining. But I think if we were drawn against Dynamo, and that's who I'd like to play most, we would go in having seen what they did to Spurs, and we would have our guard up.
Yeah. Then the last one is Slavia Prague. Now, for this team, Sushek and Kofal, who currently play for West Ham, you're going to play them in the next couple of days. They used to be Slavia Prague players. A couple of years ago, they played Barcelona and Inter Milan in the Champions League. This season, they've eliminated Leicester and Rangers. A team to avoid?
Look, they've had some good results knocking out Leicester and Rangers, but if we were drawn against them, I would feel very confident that we could go and do the job. So no, I'm not nervous about playing them. I think we take them over the two legs.
Yeah, 100 people watching on Facebook and YouTube. Make sure you drop a like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you go on Twitter, and all the details will be scrolling down the bottom. Follow Scott and follow me on Twitter. So just quickly on the Champions League draw before they do all the basic stuff for the draws before telling. So City against Dortmund, Porto against Chelsea, Bayern against PSG, Real Madrid against Liverpool. What have you made of the draw, Scott? I mean, I know you saw my tweet. We are never this lucky. I'm sure if you were in the Champions League in any scenario, we would have been playing either Bayern or PSG. What did you make of the draw?
We always seem to play Bayern Munich when we're in the same draw, don't we? I think it's a favourable draw for Chelsea, and they've had some tough draws over the last few years. So, I think they'll do well against Porto. Man City and Borussia Dortmund, I feel like that's going to be a really exciting match. And this is usually a stage of the competition where Man City struggle. But they're my favourites for it. So I think they'll be okay against Dortmund. But Bayern Munich and PSG, they're two juggernauts. They're at the status where we like Arsenal to be. We were promised that we'd be like Bayern Munich, but we haven't quite hit those heights, have we?
Yeah, nowhere near.
And Real Madrid, Liverpool, I think, neither team's looking fantastic. Real Madrid, Liverpool, I think it's a flip of a coin on that one. They both have such a rich history in Europe and they're juggernauts. So it'll be interesting to watch that as well.
So just our luck. Like literally you're in the Europa League and you're going to get a harder team than the likes of Chelsea and City have got in the Champions League. So if City win or Dortmund win, they're going to play either Bayern or PSG. So a lot of scenarios from that. You could have Dortmund against Bayern, German rivals. You could have a Bayern against City early on. You could have Dortmund against PSG, Mbappe against Haaland, the competition these days. And then the other fixture, Chelsea, Porto, plays the win of Madrid against Liverpool. So we could have Chelsea against Liverpool, English rivalry. We could have Porto against Real Madrid, Ronaldo's former team, they eliminated Juventus. We could have Liverpool against Porto. So which one do you reckon will qualify from those 4 games?
It will be so close, but I think in the next round we'll see Man City and Bayern Munich face off. I think Paris Saint-Germain missing Neymar, that's a big loss for them. He's a big part of their attack. So I think Man City and Bayern Munich in the next round. And I think we'll actually see Chelsea-Liverpool.
Wow, that would be interesting. Then all of a sudden, if that happens, any of the English teams can qualify for the finals. Any of them can qualify for the finals. And then we could see Liverpool against City in the final, Bayern against Liverpool, Chelsea again. Or maybe Dortmund against Porto. Scott, are we underestimating any of the other teams? You never know. So pick one team you want to face in today's Europa League, Scott. Just one.
For me, I'm going with Slavia Prague. They're my one. There's a very close second place in there, but you said only one, so I'll be a good guest and I'll follow the rules, my friend.
Yeah, you only say one. And which one do you want to avoid completely? Tell the chat again.
Who don't I want to play?
Yeah.
Manchester United. I don't fancy playing them over 2 legs, not at all.
Yeah, definitely agree that. Obviously, with the draws, they usually do all the businesses and telling us about the draws and this team went through. So we still have another couple of minutes. So let's talk about yesterday's game a bit, Scott. Tough game. I don't know. We missed so many chances again. I always tell people if Arsenal are converting all their chances, we would have been winning every single game 5-0 if we're not making any mistakes and converting all our shots. So did you really take the result into consideration, or are you okay with the aggregate score?
Look, the most important thing is getting to the next round, and we've done that. But obviously, I was disappointed that we didn't win the match, or at the very least draw the match. Losing it's disappointing. I really had my eyes on Aubameyang yesterday. Obviously, with what happened in the North London derby, him missing the game, being benched because he was late, I really expected him to come out against Olympiacos and make a statement. I thought he was going to be really clinical, really dangerous. But it just didn't seem to happen with Aubameyang yesterday. He missed a lot of chances. What did you think of his performance?
Oh, for me, for Aubameyang, it looked like Aubameyang and Pepe didn't want to score a goal. That's what it looked to me. He missed that chance in the first half from Saba's pass. Second half as well, missed a chance. The third one was unlucky where he tried to back flick it and the keeper saved it and then the rebound went over. I thought he was all over the place. Didn't look confident. Looked like he had Sunday still in his mind, the North London derby. I'd still play him in the next few games as well. I think it's one of those bad games. But him and Pepe were awful yesterday in terms of missing chances. Pepe in the first half, when he went past the goalkeeper, should have scored it easily. Didn't really do it. So for me, I don't know. He was all over the place. I gave him, out of 10, what would you have given him for yesterday, Aubameyang? Because I gave him a 4.
Yeah, Aubameyang, I'd be a 4 or a 5. I think part of the problem we're having at the moment with Aubameyang, Glenn, is we aren't playing to his strengths.
Yeah.
Where he's receiving, I know he's scored a lot of goals coming in off the left, but he's a guy who, with those balls over the top or those balls into space, we need to be targeting that. But at the moment, we're looking like we want someone up front who will hold up the ball. And I actually think Lacazette's a better fit at this point with the structures we're using. But, we're not playing to Aubameyang's strength. So while he got a low score from you and I don't think it's all his fault. I don't think we're utilizing him in the best possible way.
But he got chances, though, Scott. He got the chances. He had like 2 open chances, 1-on-1 against the goalkeeper again, and he skied them, and one went totally off, like the chip when you're trying to chip the goalkeeper. That was wayward. That was terrible. Yeah. And how about Martinelli? Are you happy to see Martinelli yesterday? Do you want to see him in the next few Europa League games?
Look, I think me and all of the Arsenal fan base were really excited when we saw him come on. My only disappointment with it was that it was 10 minutes. I mean, he came on and he had an instant impact, didn't he? He looked electric. He looked sharp. I'd love to see him get some more game time. I think he's a real exciting prospect.
Yeah, I do agree. Or have you been surprised he hasn't been playing more? Because people have been screaming for him to play.
Yeah, I have been shocked. I don't quite know what it is. I mean, look, for years, people were saying at Manchester City that Pep hasn't used Phil Foden correctly and, he was hurting Phil Foden's development, but trusted him. They've trusted him, Pep, and now they're getting the best out of Foden. I'm hoping that this is Arteta, knowing best and knowing the best way forward for Martinelli. That's my hope. I'd hope it's not that Arteta doesn't fancy him, because he's a player that excites the Arsenal fans, and we want to see more of him. Yeah,
I can see some people giving their predicted draws. Arsenal against Villarreal. I'm not sure about that, man. I don't want Villarreal as well. I don't want Villarreal, Roma United. I'll be happy with Dinamo Zagreb. Give us Dinamo Zagreb. Not because I feel like they're an easy team. No, I just prefer them to all the other teams. Ajax versus Zagreb, that would be interesting. Roma versus Prague. I really wish Sparta Prague could face Dinamo Zagreb, and then we face Villarreal face like a United or something. So another question for you, Scott. Which one do you really usually prefer? Do you prefer facing these harder teams early on, like right now, or do you prefer having them in the final, just one game?
Well, like I said to you with Manchester United before, I would rather play them over one game. Yeah, I'd love to take the easiest possible route to the final. And then at some point, you've got to play another big, strong team. So I'd rather do that over one leg where, we don't do too badly when we get there. Let's forget about Baku. But under Arteta, we did quite well in our FA Cup. So...
Man, I'd be so happy if Arteta wins this. I've been supporting him all season. I'll be so happy if he wins it. Another player was Smith Rowe yesterday. Interesting to see him play on the left side. I usually don't mind him playing on the left side. Usually people say Martinelli is there, Nelson is there, Aubameyang usually plays there. So why isn't Smith Rowe playing on that side? But he's really looking good, really looking good. Are you okay with him playing on the left side, or do you want to see him more in the number 10 position?
Look, I think it's tricky because if you were to tell me that there's no chance we'll sign Ødegaard next season, then I'd like Emil Smith Rowe to be playing in the middle for the rest of our Premier League season, because we'll have him next season and he'll benefit from the experience. But if there's a chance that we keep Ødegaard, I really like him in the middle. And I think, as we saw against Spurs, Ødegaard and Emil Smith Rowe can work in the same team. They were dynamic against Spurs. So I have no problem with him being on the left if it means that we're keeping Ødegaard.
Yeah. So what if you're not keeping Ødegaard?
Then I think we need to start giving him more time to build on his form in the middle, because, he's our future. And it's nice having Ødegaard, but Emil Smith Rowe, if he's here for the long term and Ødegaard isn't, then I want him playing down the middle.
Yeah, by the way, everyone, the draw hasn't started yet, so you're just waiting for them to do the basic stuff. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, look, I actually think Emil Smith Rowe is one of the main reasons we turned our season around. it was his introduction into the team that really started giving us some positive momentum. So I think he deserves a lot of credit for what he's done this year. Him and Saka, two of the youngsters, have really led the way and shown the older players how to do it, you know?
Yeah, he only got introduced into the team in December. He was playing for the under-23s team in December. Now, the under-23s team, which I follow usually, they haven't been doing well for the last 2 months. I think we lost 4-0 to United. We lost 4-0 to Liverpool. We lost 2-0 to City. But before that, like at the end of last year, we beat, I think it was Blackburn 5-0, and Smith Rowe played in that game, and he was amazing. Since he left, and since Saliba left the under-23s team as well, it was kind of falling apart. So Smith Rowe definitely looked good. And then final question on our players, Gabriel and Luiz. Which defensive partnership do you prefer?
That's such a hard question because we keep changing. Yeah. We keep changing, but obviously they've got that Brazilian connection. I think they've done a really good job together. You've got the experience that Luiz brings, and you've got that speed and that energy from Gabriel. So I'm happy seeing those two together, definitely. But I'd like Saliba to come back into the fold next season. I hope that him going out on loan doesn't mean he won't come back, because I think he's someone who will be great in the future.
Yeah, Luiz, 1 year contract, would you give him? Personally, I would. I think he's been one of our better defenders this season alongside Gabriel. Okay, let's say consistent. Last season, he gave away 5 penalties. I think this season he's given away 1, and it was not the best. So, Europa League draw is on. Granada have just been paired against Manchester United. That is very interesting. At least we have avoided United. That's the good thing, Scott.
I am one of the Spanish teams.
Yeah, Arsenal is next out of the hat. Which team are we going to face? Please, Dinamo Zagreb. Please, not Roma. Please, I'm begging you. I am begging you. Please, not Roma. I am begging you, please. I'd love Slavia Prague of Dinamo Zagreb, but knowing our luck, Scott, knowing our luck, we're not going to be in a good place. Please, not Roma. Definitely not Roma.
Let's say.
Slavia Prague. Come on. We have Slavia Prague. Come on.
All right, I feel good about my little prediction just then.
Yeah, just imagine celebrating and then we go out. Just imagine celebrating. Arsenal, Slavia Prague. So it's looking like what you said. Arsenal United semi-final, final maybe. That's a good draw for us. Ajax are next out of the hat. So they could face Dinamo Zagreb, Roma, Villareal. I definitely take that draw. Slavia Prague, definitely take that draw. We could have a 2019 scenario. Yeah, we could have a 2019 scenario where we had with Roma. Yeah, Ajax against Roma. That's the next game. Ajax against Roma. That is a very, very good game. At least one of those teams is going to go out. We could have a 2019 scenario where we could have a Champions League English final and then a Europa League English final where we had Liverpool against Tottenham, Arsenal against Chelsea. We could see City against Liverpool or Chelsea and Arsenal against United. Yeah, that's what we say until we get eliminated by Slavia Prague. I'd be in tears. Dinamo Zagreb against Villarreal is the last draw. Very, very good draw here. I'm very happy. Thoughts on that, Scott? Arsenal against Slavia Prague. The first leg is at home.
Yeah, look, I'm confident against them. Hopefully this isn't something that comes back to bite me. They knock us out, but I think we learned lessons last year against Olympiacos. We need to make sure that we don't approach this game with any arrogance. We need to go in and play them as if we're playing Bayern Munich, to be honest, because they can knock us out if we don't take it seriously. How do you feel about it?
I'm feeling confident. The only thing I'd say, usually people usually argue about home or away, starting home or away. So for me, I'm actually usually happy with starting at home. I don't know about you, because as we saw against Benfica, starting away from home and then you don't get the away goal, in the second leg you're going to be in a lot of trouble if you concede the first goal. So I think it's the best of draws you could have gotten. Maybe the second best draw. Dinamo Zagreb would have been the first. Slavia Prague definitely not going to be easy. You're not going to smash them 7-0. Maybe a 3-2 or 4-3 like we did against Benfica and the team yesterday. So good draw for us, I guess. All the English teams have gotten favorable draws in the Champions League and in the Europa League. So which one do you prefer, playing at home first or playing away first?
To me, I think when there are fans in the stadiums, I think it's good to have the second leg at home, but with the situation at the moment and no fans or limited fans in stadiums, I don't think it matters. I actually think it's better to be away from home in the second leg.
Yeah, away from home in the second leg. Yeah, I guess that's okay as well. So as long as we don't concede a goal against Slavia Prague at home, that is okay. As long as we go and we score one, then we're looking good. So that's a good draw for us. Thank you, Scott, for coming on. I appreciate it.
No, absolute pleasure, my friend. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. So it's Arsenal against Slavia Prague. I hope I don't see that kind of a bang. So thank you for watching, everyone. Keep staying safe. Make sure you drop a like on the video, and I'll catch up with you guys later.